Okay, so a quick look at this portable monitor. This is from Ingnok. It's a 15.6-inch monitor with a 1080p resolution and a 1200:1 contrast ratio. This here is everything that comes in the box. So first we have the monitor. Next to it is the stand, and then we have an assortment of cable. So the first cable we have is this full-size HDMI cable. Let me open this. There, so this HDMI will go in the source. On the other side we have a micro or mini HDMI, and that one will go in the monitor. So obviously HDMI do not carry power, so if you're using this cable you will also have to use this one. So this one has a USB-A on one side and a barrel connector on the other side. So I've seen other portable monitor with two USB-C port, and one of them is just to power the monitor when you're using the HDMI cable, not this model. And then lastly we have this USB-C to C cable. So obviously if you're using this one you will have both video signal and the power in one cable. And next we have this stand. So this is kind of big and you do need to carry this with you because there's no way to stand up the monitor without it. The base of the stand is made out of metal, but then the rest is in plastic, so it kind of feels cheap, but at least it's light. At the base of this stand we have this joint which feels pretty stiff, so definitely good enough to hold the weight of the monitor even though the monitor is not that heavy. Over here we have these two legs that can flip out. This is how the monitor will gonna sit on this stand, so there's no way to clip the monitor on the stand, which is a kind of a sad thing because an accidental bump of the monitor could bring everything down. At the back we have this joint which can be extended. So this locks in place when you extend it. There's only two height for this stand, either the low or the high position. At the bottom here there's another pivot point, so this base here can swivel all around. I think this is how you're supposed to hold this, so that the arms come out of the middle of the metal base. I think it's just more stable this way. Alright, so let me put this aside. Now let's move on to the portable monitor. So first thing, the top of this monitor has a anti-glare, which I think is pretty good. I have seen other one which can pretty much reflect everything. This here seems to have a good diffusion pattern, so pretty nice. The monitor as well is very thin, so this part mostly where it doesn't contain any electronic. The part here is obviously thicker because of all the ports. So ports wise we have the micro or mini HDMI followed by the USB-C, and then we have the barrel connector for power. On the other side we just have three buttons, so this is to interact and adjust the settings on this monitor. And then moving on at the back, so just notice there's no stand or kickstand or legs of any kind. All you have is these holes for the VSA mount. So this is a 75 by 75 patterns, and the screws are included, by the way. Now moving towards the bottom of this monitor, this is when things get weird because we have these rubber legs. So why are they here? Not too sure, because this monitor cannot stand up on its own. So the only reason I've found is maybe it's going to help us align the screen on top of this stand. So when you have the two arms flipped out, this rubber piece falls somewhere between the two arms, so you still need to play around to get it perfectly aligned, but maybe it's just there as a guide. In terms of performance, this is actually pretty good. So I have this monitor on the left side, on the right side is my iPad Air. Obviously I don't expect any portable screen to be as good as an Apple screen, so we just use it as a point of reference. So first thing you notice is that the black on the screen is more lifted. It's still very acceptable though. Contrast as well is not as good as an iPad screen, but as a portable monitor and compared to the other monitor I've seen, this one is very nice. Colors are good and the brightness is pretty acceptable. Right now my iPad screen is at 43%. This screen here I kept to default. If I increase the brightness, the black would get a bit more washed out. I didn't want that. Even in off-axis viewing, it's still pretty good. Obviously, it doesn't have as a wide viewing angle as an iPad screen. You can see the brightness went down quite a bit compared to earlier. But overall, I think it's pretty nice for a portable monitor. Definitely one of the better ones that I've seen. So hopefully this is helping you out. Thank you very much for watching.